right, this is just an amazing few minutes to watch how to make headbands on 15th century books, the traditional Bible books. We're not going to teach you how to do the binding, the putting the signatures together, because you're just going to have to call us and have us come to your house. But we want to show you how to make headbands and put it onto a hardbound book that you've already made. And so Kirby is going to be our teacher today, and I'm really excited because this is something completely different than any of my students have learned. And if you want, later on we can actually teach you how to put together your signatures in a really unique way that I've never had a chance to do before. Okay, so here we go.
We'll just do one and then we'll do another.
This is my bookbinding teacher, Kirby. And he's going to be teaching us how to make headbands for our books that we're making today.
You got that other pink.
And this is from a 15th century bookbinding technique. And so these are the colors I'm using for my headband. I'll give you more as we continue finishing our books.
The first signature, I'm just going to go through my map end. Right, and pull that all the way to the knot, and then you switch where your needle is onto the dark.
You mean you have to switch it each time?
No, just the once. That's just to get it into here so the knot's hidden on the back when you put the spine on.
Okay.
You don't see that knot in your book.
I can't push it through my...
Sure you can. Just hold it flat and then push it out this way, like through the middle. Underneath that, yeah. There you go. Nice. And then just pull that through. And then you switch it to your dark, and you'll make basically just this loop.
I put that...
And you're going to actually loop it around the thing.
Yeah, so it goes over the top, and then you want to take your cord that you're going around. Sometimes you use a rolled up piece of paper, but you get up over your cord. And then in order to secure that so it doesn't just fall onto the end, you're going to take your light one, go underneath, and basically tie it on like that.
Okay, I'm going to try it. Okay, my teacher Kirby has made his beautiful, look at that. Okay, look at that. And then look at that. Not a very good first time student, but I've got that going on, headband, and now I'm going to glue it. This is exciting. This one, oh yeah, that's so beautiful, Kirby.
Yeah, the front part's usually pretty.
Yeah. Okay, here's our almost finished bound books. This is going to be without a hardcover, and he's glued his linen over the pieces of, and then I've taken mine and I've lifted them into a hardcover and glued them on in the inside like this. And then I notched the edges right here, so when I do my full signature I'll have something to glue the letter to. And once again, here's my amazing teacher. Thank you so much for teaching how to make this. Okay, we're going to go to the next step. All right, Kirby uses leather to bind his books, and he uses leather that's recycled. So where did that yellow leather come from?
This is from Philadelphia, and it's a thick cow leather that used to be on a big, weird-looking yellow chair that was in a room that I had rented in a house.
And it has these really interesting starbursts from where the buttons were.
Yeah, you can see the patinas on it. Where.
And then where did you get this leather?
That was from a bag and purse maker.
Okay.
It was just an offcut.
That he got off on ST. And then this is a jacket from
a friend of mine, Sleepy. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can go to find recycled jackets at the thrift store, and I decided to choose this piece of leather because I love that. And what I did is I opened my book and I gave it about an inch around just to start with.
And a great place to find free leather is trash night. Walk around your neighborhood because people throw out big leather couches and you can take the back
the
off.
leather couches, that's a great idea.
Yeah, you take the whole back off with a razor blade. Always walk around with a razor blade.
Okay, always walk around with a razor blade, and this is his best friend. I'm not used to using a razor blade. I usually use a pen knife, but I think the razor blade is a great idea because you can do a whole lot more with it. Okay, we're going to go to the next step.
So what you're going to do is you'll get glue here and flap this to wherever it is that you think you want it, you need it, right in the center. And then I would go from there and you flip it over and you're going to use your bone folder to get it up really close to all these cords that are underneath it and just smooth all of the little bumps out.
Alright.
And then you'll flip it over. You don't put any glue on the back because it's already been glued in. And then do the same thing on this side, but when you do it, you kind of want
Tight.
to make it kind of tight so when you get it done, you have these 3 cords in the back.
Yeah, that's so awesome. Oh
You
my
can kinda
gosh.
roll these, yeah.
I usually wouldn't say somebody's name, but Jacob Van Meter helped me make my first multi-signature book, and I'm going to show him how to do this.
Nice.
Hi, Shell.
Hi.
Are you going to do your
I
headband?
did not give up on my book entirely today. I just gave up for now. Let's set the record straight.
Okay.
I'm not a quitter. I just...
Okay, so we're going to show you the next step. Okay, Kirby's is a little bit different because he's doing a softbound cover and he's putting glue on the spine.
I'm going to glue it to the spine. I like to leave the spines free on the hardbounds because the cover is already attached. The boards that the leather is attached to is already pretty much sewn into the book. But with this, I like to glue the spine on the softbacks. And I also like to pull it pretty tight and get it to stick there for the cords.
And then what's that you're using?
This is a bone folder.
Bone folder.
Yeah. They're traditionally made out of bone.
That
this
one's
one
bone. It's
This
a
one's
it's a
bone?
pig rib.
A pig rib.
I was pretending like I didn't know what it was.
I'm using a pig rib.
And then mine, you'll notice that since mine's a hardbound book, normally if you watch my videos, you'll notice that I take the corner and I glue it down and then put these either way. But because of the thickness of the leather, I cut the edges off just right before the corner.
About the thickness of the leather away from the corner.
Yeah, so that when it gets glued, it'll be really nice. All right, so I'm gonna glue that. Okay, I've glued the corners and the edges, and then I tucked it in under here, so it's nice and clean.
Doing that first.
Yeah, and then doing that first. And there's the headband that we sewed. And now I'm gonna glue the end sheet. So I'll put a sheet of paper in here. And then I'm going to PVA, spread, 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 and then I'm going to put it on the side of the book, and then open it just a little bit for it to dry. And I just want you to know, see, the end sheets I got out of a book from I'll show you. I got it out of here, the World Atlas. Somebody was selling this book for $1 yesterday, and it just has really cool maps, and so I used those maps for my end sheets that were sewn directly into the signature when it was hand done. And I love the fact that it's Africa. Alright, I'm going to glue it. See you guys later. We're back for one last time. Kirby did do something different because his was softbound.
Yeah.
And so when he tucked in his...
Yeah, so I cut it in a shape that went like... Do you have a pen over there? So if my book was here, I cut it real close to the book to give this border. And then right as I got to the end band, I gave one of those. And I usually take the corners off and I tuck it down into here, like this. And I think it just gives it a nice finished edge over the end band because the raw edge just doesn't look right next to this.
And this
awesome
is a
silk.
softbound book.
Yeah, it's soft instead of having the cardstock in it. And I put a flap on it, so I'll put a tie on it at some point.
And then this is a book that my boyfriend bought for me. When I saw your books, I woke up in the morning and I saw 150 books all on a bookshelf ready to go to an art show. And this is the one that I picked out, and my boyfriend bought it for me. And it's really cool because it opens.
Yeah, so this leather was from a bag maker, both of these leathers, and it almost played like the Ukrainian flag, you know, like the water and the wheat, or the sky and the wheat. I don't know what the blue is. I've taken it, put little tabs with like feathers on them, and it's bound in the same way as this. Has a little flap. I signed them all where I made them. This one was Denver. I have a whole bunch from all over the place right now. Handbound with Love by Vagabond Craft. And then, yeah.
And then with mine, here's the final piece. This is my very first Taught by Kirby book, and it's going to be my list of things because my boyfriend always has lists for me to do. So I'm going to just start using this.
Honeydew book.
Yeah, my honeydew book. And so this is how it turned out on the end sheets. And just so everyone has an opportunity, Kirby actually sells tons of books, and you can find them at Vagabond Craft, the work of joekirby.com, and he's on Etsy.
I have an Etsy store, Vagabond Craft. You can find all that through my website, and I'm on Facebook and probably on Twitter, but I don't use it.
Yeah,
so.
And I don't know. Here, get a picture of me and my teacher. I know that I look really bad, but yeah, here we are, and I totally appreciate him because I love making books.
Making books.
And one day maybe we'll show you how to make his 15th century binding so that you could actually see the whole process. Okay. And this is our one more time.
Making books.